Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of a double feature where we have finally made it. We are looking at the Best Picture nominees. Woo! Now, if the Oscars go like they traditionally go, when we discuss Best Picture, usually the Best Picture winner will also win Best Director, and that will usually also win Best Editing. Usually being the operative word there. There are some very notable exceptions to that track record, but if you want to play it safe, usually Best Editing and Best Director and Best Film will all be lumped together. With that said, we've looked at all of the Best Picture nominees over the course of the month of February, minus one. There has been one film that is nominated for Best Picture that was not nominated in any of the acting categories. So this is where we just shrug and say, okay. But this film is Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix, who's in love with his phone.
Yes.
Thane, anything you want to say about Her?
Yes. And I said this in my review, but this film is incredible. Just incredible. I mean, I think that if Gravity and 12 Years a Slave were not in this year, Her would win hands down. Because, and I believe it should win. It honestly should win. I think Her really is the hidden gem, the diamond in the rough, if you will. I just found the story so original, just such an original idea, and the ending I could definitely not predict. It really was a sort of a new ending that I really, really enjoyed. Because it's not your traditional life is great and grand. I mean, I think this film really takes a look at technology and how it influences us, how it affects our lives, and what happens if we let it dictate our lives. And maybe the consequences won't be happy. And so I thought the director just obviously great story, great acting from Joaquin Phoenix, and I know the Academy came out and was like, sorry, Scarlett Johansson, but you didn't act. But I thought she was phenomenal. And I just thought the commentary, the social commentary of the film was just really thought-provoking and really interesting. And so I think this film should. Does that mean it will win? No, it won't win. But
do you think it will at least get the Oscar for screenplay?
I have been back and forth between that and American Hustle, and it's going to be close, but I really think I'm predicting Her will beat American Hustle, but it'll be close. I mean, I'm sure American Hustle, because American Hustle was a very good screenplay as well, so.
Okay, well, fair enough.
But yeah, I am predicting Her, but I know it'll be close. It's just like the Best Picture race. It's going to be close.
All right. Okay, so with that little orphaned child taken care of and put to bed, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So ultimately, I think most people are in agreement that the Oscar is going to come down between either Gravity or 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
All right. And you said Gravity, and quite honestly, to be a contrarian, I picked 12 Years a Slave. So
okay.
That's my reason for picking 12 Years a Slave. I can expound more upon that later. But why do you think Gravity is going to win? Are you plugging into formula?
No, actually, well, okay, I mean, yes and no. The formula does predict Gravity will win, but that's not why I picked it. I picked Gravity because I looked at Oscar history from first year to present day. And just so you know, there have only been 22 times when Best Picture and Best Director did not match. 22 times.
Yeah.
And most of them actually have very good reasons. I mean, most of them have, I just noticed. So, for example, we'll go back a past couple. Last year, Argo won because Ben Affleck wasn't nominated for Best Director. And so they split it. Okay. Let's go to the year with Brokeback Mountain and Crash. Same thing. Ang Lee won Best Director for Brokeback Mountain, but the Academy was like, yikes, Brokeback Mountain's very politically charged. If we say that's Best Picture, we're going to get a lot of hate mail and people are not going to like us, so we need to pick a different movie. Let's pick Crash. Okay, fine. That's a good enough reason for me. And whether that was the real reason or not, I guess I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking.
Continue on.
Right, yeah. Whatever. But my point is, the whole point, what I'm trying to make is, I just don't feel like there's a logical reasoning for splitting this year. Alfonso Cuarón is most certainly the favorite to win Best Director, and Gravity is most certainly the favorite to win Film Editing. I mean, I don't even think there's really a contest in those two categories. I mean, Alfonso Cuarón has won the Directors Guild, the Producers Guild, BAFTA. I mean, he's won everything.
Sort of.
Right?
Sort of. Because he did win Directors Guild, but with Producers Guild, he tied with 12 Years a Slave.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a dead tie, and usually it's Directors Guild and Producers Guild that determine who wins Best Picture. They're the most accurate forecasters. With BAFTA, he did win Best Director, but he did not win Best Picture. 12 Years a Slave picked up Best Picture.
Oh, that's right. You're right. That is right. But he did win Best Director.
He did.
Right. And so I just feel like Cuarón is definitely the favorite to win Best Director. Mm-hmm. And again, I just think Gravity's an achievement that's worthy of Best Picture. Not that 12 Years a Slave isn't. I mean, 12 Years a Slave was a great movie, had a great story, but is it as much of an achievement as Gravity is?
Yeah.
So I think Gravity deserves it more. I know I hate saying that because I have nothing against 12 Years a Slave. I really loved the movie. I thought it was great. I thought Steve McQueen did an incredible job. He definitely deserves to be nominated, and the doesn't deserve to be nominated. But I don't know. I just think for a minute, if the Oscars are considered a prestigious award, and that award means, and that award stands for and symbolizes cinematic achievement, I think Gravity gets it. I don't know.
You're right. If that's what the word stands for, Gravity deserves it. But I think it's more for its technical achievements than for anything else. As much as I like the performance of Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, I think their acting performances were overshadowed hands down by everybody in 12 Years a Slave.
Well, okay. I mean, you're right. That's fair.
Yeah. And really, I think the ultimate thing that came down to me is what does the Academy value more? Do they value that, acting ability, the ensemble cast, the glamour of the show, or the technical aspect? And when we look at it in that light, they've traditionally gone with the more noticeable acting stuff than they have with the technical things. I mean, there's that, but I think there's also the Academy has a soft spot for period drama.
Oh, that's true. I mean, Argo last year and
even Lincoln and Gladiator.
You're right. Shakespeare in Love, Saving Private Ryan, Gladiator, Chicago. I guess Chicago's not really a period piece, but...
Or a drama. That was just a weird thing. Why did Chicago win?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. The Pianist.
And that's another thing that's coming up. They love period drama. They also really, really, really love war. So
Yeah,
if it can be fit in World War II or the Civil War, the chances of it winning are now markedly raised.
Right. No, I mean, fair enough. That's true.
And we'd have to ask, I couldn't even tell you the last time, if ever, a sci-fi movie, which I don't know if we can call Gravity sci-fi in the traditional sense, but it gets close to that. Or a space movie. Maybe we can say, when was the last time a space movie won Best Picture? So the answer is never. A space
Holy
movie
cow.
has never won.
Okay, never mind. So this is the year it's going to do it. So, Gravity you think will win Director, and 12 Years will win Best Picture.
If I was to call it like that, I'd call it like that. However, if Gravity wins both awards, I'd be perfectly fine with that too.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. It's funny because I'm right there with you. If I think about both films, whichever one wins, I'll be like, okay. Because they were both great films for very different reasons, but they were still both great films.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe we'll all be surprised, but we'll come up there and be like, and the Best Picture winner is American Hustle. Wait, what?
All right. Well, there we go. There's our reasoning for our picks. Thane's going to stick with Gravity, and if 12 Years a Slave wins, he will hold his head in shame. And I will look at 12 Years a Slave. Although I'm saying 12 Years a Slave, if it does win, it will probably only win Best Picture. And it's not going to take home Best Director. And if Gravity wins Best Picture as well, I will simply shrug my shoulder and be the bigger man. How's that?
Okay. All right. You're a better man than me.
So let us know in the comments which one you think is going to win Best Picture, or if you think one of these others will come in and surprise us all, and so everybody will be able to hold their head in shame. Let us know. And then tune in a few days to watch the Oscars and watch this entire drama unfold. And then come back next week when we get back onto our regular rotation. We'll be looking at a foreign film to find out what it is. Check back soon. And, as always, watch good movies.